And we are back again. We are in Monaco and we're publishing on time. We're starting the new year right. But before we get to today, a lot of things have happened since we last saw you. So let's just start from the beginning and start where we left you guys last time. We went surfing in Tagasut and had a great time. And we've been in Marrakesh looking at where they make doors and all sorts of cool things. And we have been sucking on 31 A, B, and C on the EasyJet flight to Nice. And we've hung out on the airport floor knowing that we have to be back here checking in 6 hours, and we still haven't gotten our bags from this flight.
Yay!
And we are gonna lose Benny!
Bye, Benny.
Enjoy LA for me, please. Enjoy LA.
Good job, Morocco.
No, thanks for this trip.
See you in a couple days.
Ciao, ciao.
And now it's finally time to try to get a little sleep. Taxi for the airport arrives in around 4 hours. And this was kind of the spin that was supposed to go to an airplane with us being on our way to LA. But if you check our Instagrams, you might have seen that Yanni got really sick and she was in the bathroom all night before we're supposed to fly. So we're still here in Monaco. We're sitting here kind of hiding because it's really windy and crappy weather, so we needed to get away from crashing waves and a lot of wind. But since it is crappy weather and not much is going on, I thought it'd be a perfect time now with the new year to talk a bit about life, because we had a lot of time to think when we were in Monaco. So here goes a vlog with what I feel that I've learned over the last 20 years and what goes on in my mind at the moment. So in Morocco, we had a lot of time to think. We spent a lot of time in cars and we got to meet a lot of really smart, successful, inspiring people. And one of them asked me a question like, but you know, what's the long-term goal? Like, what do you want to do in life? What do you want to do in 5 years? And that question kind of stuck to my head because I didn't have a clear answer to what do I want to do in 5 years. And my whole life I've been skiing and it's been simple. I had one goal and the only goal in life was to ski and be the best skier that I could be. Now I have a million opportunities, but I don't really know what it is that I want to do in life. I think one of the problems is that I'm so wired since like I was a kid to perform, deliver, do a million things and all this, but if it's one thing I've learned over the last 20 years is that the result is not really, it doesn't give me much satisfaction. It's like I win the X Games and it's like, meh, I don't get any kick out of results. I get a kick by learning new things and getting better at what I do, and I think I need to start realizing what it is that makes me happy. So maybe the result is not what I should be focusing on, but what new things I could be learning, if that makes sense. It's like if I go surfing, I love that because I'm constantly sucking, but I'm learning. It's like you're enjoying something, but at the same time you're learning. But if you're just enjoying, and then you also have the aspect of like zorballing. Then it's extreme enough where I like disconnect everything. So you have like two parts. I love crazy extreme stuff, but it has to be super extreme. That makes me like, but I also love learning things. So I got to figure out how to plan and do stuff where I learn and I don't just go to do things. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. For me it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, this vlog is a lot about me talking a lot of weird stuff, but I think talking to the camera makes me understand what I appreciate. So that's kind of like the one thing I have realized when I was writing down everything I liked in life and I didn't like. I think learning is like the number one thing that makes me happy.
Excites you.
Yeah, it's like I learned whatever random weird things, and I love working with my hands. And do you want to throw me the bag there? I just want to show you a good example. Like, I'll do something nice, but if it's not extreme, it's like, ma. Then, when it comes to learning and working with my hands, like, look at this. This is what I've been traveling with for the last little trip. So I got really like into zipper pullers and bags, and I felt like it took really a long time to get prototypes done on factories. So I'm like, I need to learn how to do these things at home. So over Christmas, I was learning how to do zipper pullers. So this is like a shrinking plastic, an old shoelace, and then I burnt them to make like a connection.
Wow, I thought it was only one piece.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, and then like, look at this. This was made on the flight to Morocco. I bought a shoelace on the airport, and I spent 3.5 hours looking at a YouTube instruction and trying to figure out how to tie a paracord, only to realize that I saved the instructions for kind of an ugly paracord. But I was really psyched when I learned it. And then I made this little guy. I was trying to figure out how to put some color on a luggage strap.
It was nice as well.
I was doing this on the car in Morocco, and I got really fired up. So it's like, I need to just start realizing that these little weird things.
Makes you happy, yeah.
Little metal part I bought at Biltema, and then shrink plastic. So like, I've realized that I love doing things with my hands. I need to start doing a lot more of that. But I wanted to show you.
Where's the plastic?
2 seconds.
Run! It's windy.
Man, why did it have to start raining? But yeah, I thought this is like traveling around with this, sitting on an airplane. I think the lady next to me, because I was doing it, tore it all apart. Redoing it like 20 times because I wanted to get it better. But I think that explains what I'm trying to say pretty good. Just going around stores, finding things I can do zipper pullers and luggage tags with. So more building, working with my hands, and like product development stuff. So I actually wrote down a little list. I sat down and I'm like, all right, what do I want to do short term that I think will make me a happier person? And I wrote it down, and since I have a memory like a goldfish, I'm gonna look at my phone. The number one thing that I've realized over the last year, I wanna be in control of all the projects in my life. I wanna feel that I'm like working towards something I wanna do rather than like, oh shit, I'm like a month late. I hate being too late on stuff, and I hate when I can't deliver what I said I would. So being better at planning and staying on top of my life. Damn it, of course it has to start raining.
It's pretty nicely raining.
Well, number 2, I want to work out every single day. I've said that a million times, but it's like, how dumb can your brain be? You feel good when you work out, so why don't you work out? But that is something, I've done it every day so far this year, so starting out right. And number 3, I've realized that I love doing laundry and cleaning. And then number 4, as I said, I want to design more things. I want to like go on YouTube and learn how to do things that I can apply to the things I want to do. Design more stuff, basically.
There's a suitcase running down the hill.
The challenges of vlogs when you're trying to find a quiet place and you have a rolling suitcase approaching. Anyway, number 5, I want to get better at planning so we have enough time to develop the vlogs. So that me and Benny, we have the time to sit down and think and like figure stuff out. It's like when we have time, we'll shoot more and then edit more. We never have like, what should we do now?
Yeah.
What can we do? So that's one of the main things for this year, to really have the time to progress, figure out what we're gonna do, and make better vlogs and like get impressed by our own stuff. And then of course, probably maybe the most important thing is that I want to make sure that to spend more time with Yanni, and just being the two of us, being a couple, relaxing and like not overworking every single moment of the year.
Yeah, it's your fiance.
It's my fiance. We need to have more time together. And then if we move on to like the long term, the big question, what do you want to do in life? I don't really have answers, but I have things that I know that I want to do. And I'd say that the first one, probably the most important as well, is that I would want to find a way to live a normal life. Raising children, building a home with Yanni, and like probably travel a bit less and have a dog, you know, like clean the kitchen. Like I want to find a more normal lifestyle at some point in the future. But I love traveling too. It's like, how do you mix those two? But I do know that I should start listening to the fact that I love when I'm living a normal life.
When you have time.
When I have time. Time is the key in everything. And then I've realized that I love designing things, like I said, and I would want to spend a lot more time designing things rather than spending time on emails and doing a lot of different things. So I need to figure out how to plan my time so that I have more time to design things, even if it's furniture or houses or Moroccan doors or zipper pullers or things. I just love creating and designing. So I want to spend more time doing that. And then I also realized that as soon as there's a brand doing, it doesn't matter what it is in what business they're in, I would love to start a brand social media marketing consultancy agency. Because I love like looking at a brand and be like, but if you would do that and that and that and that, like that would be great. So now I'm just doing it for free to friends and whoever I meet. But with the knowledge that I have from being an influencer, building a brand, and just thinking, I feel like I have so much to offer a lot of brands that it's one of my new business idea ventures. So that's something I want to do more of. And then when it comes to vlogging, I just want to feel that we find a concept where we vlog and shoot things that we want to do, where we are not like, God, it's raining, we're at home, we said we would publish, and it creates a stress. Then you lose the joy of it. Like now, even though it's raining, I like this vlog because I feel like I'm saying something, and I'm not just. Hopefully, I can inspire someone with what we're saying. We basically want to find a concept where now Morocco is perfect. We did epic things for 3 days in a row, so we filmed that. And then Yanni was doing nothing for 2 days, so I was able to do nothing with her. So figuring this out, I think, is a key to keep enjoying what we do. And I'm already feeling the difference in the stokedness on a vlog.
Yeah. Mopedy moped. Hello.
So I know that a lot of people likes a lot of action in the vlogs, but I hope it's okay with a vlog like this, because I know that if I could have met the 20-year-old Yoon and told him kind of what I'm starting to realize now at 35, the 20-year-old Yoon would have really appreciated this. So hopefully I can inspire a few people with the things that I haven't really learned anything, but I've understood that, maybe we're doing a lot of things that we think we want to do instead of like really thinking about what we want to do. But now I think it's time for a couple questions from you guys, because I love questions that are not like, when is Hans the G showing up? Like, I like the deeper questions because then I get to think, see if I can add something. So,
first question, when did you consider yourself a success?
That is interesting, because I think the one thing that has driven me forward my whole life is that I have never thought of myself as success. I've always been worried like that whatever I was doing that was working was gonna end real soon. So when I was able to buy the house with Yanni in Spain, the new one, then I'm like, I think my life seems to work out. So maybe I'm starting to feel that I'm a success now, although no. Can't really answer because I don't think...
It's all about finding the good balance.
Yeah, because success is happiness, and if you're able to buy cars that you dreamed of, but you don't really care, but you love cleaning, then what's success?
Success is happiness. Question number 2. Where do you want to be based in the future and raise your children?
Me and Yanni, we've been talking about this, trying to figure out where we want to live in the future, and I would say that we have 2 options, Monaco or Marbella. And when I'm in Marbella, I'm like, let's move here full time. And then when I'm here, I'm like, oh no, I want to get a bigger apartment here. So I love both of them, and we don't know, but it'd be one of those 2.
Question 3. How can you start a business if you are still a student and don't have much money and you're afraid to lose the little you have?
I think the key with starting any business is to first really think about what you want to do and feel like and analyze, and then you have to start on a mini scale. I mean, if you don't have much money, usually when you start a business you suck, so you got to make sure that you are not jeopardizing too much, because as with everything in life, the more you do it, the better you get. So if you want to start a business, start making your own shoelaces and creating a free web shop, or
if you like it.
If you like it, but I'd say don't take too much risk in the first ventures.
How much money did you invest into douchebag?
I invested 4,600 euros into starting douchebags.
So you can spend not much money into something that can get big.
I mean, I like starting small, taking whatever little money I make and then building on top of that. So I don't like the risk and the pressure with like, if this does not work, I'm screwed.
4th question, what's your biggest accomplishment in 2017?
I would have to say that that's pretty easy actually. I got engaged. My biggest accomplishment was making a girl like Yanni like me enough to say yes to my proposal. Simple.
Simple as that. When did you buy your first supercar and what enabled you to do that?
I bought my first supercar, I think in Gallardo, if that counts as supercar. It was in 2007. And it was prize money and ski sponsors that enabled me to do that. I took every single bit of euro I had and bought a yellow Gallardo.
So another one, what's according to you the essential criteria for setting up a business plan?
The way I look at any business is that I look at what exists at the moment and where I think there could be a hole in the market. Usually whatever business idea I get, it's from realizing that there's something that I'm missing in that specific area. So with douchebags, like I was really frustrated by the fact that there was no good ski bags on the market. So then I'm like, let's make the best ski bag in the world. And with every business I do, I tend to start in that angle and not be like, all right, everyone's making sunglasses, let's make sunglasses. If we do it, it needs to be with a tweak that's different from what most people are doing. I tend to complicate things because they have to be like really fit in all the way. But that's kind of what I say is the most important criteria for a new business.
And are you doing any investment to maintain your income when you don't ski anymore, except your companies?
Yeah, I mean, so I have a stock portfolio, but that's on a very low risk investment basis. But then I would say most of the investments I do, of course, then the house in Marbella, I bought the house initially to make sure I didn't have money to spend on cars. So that was like an investment in not being able to spend it on stupid stuff. And then I guess when I invest in, like, you know, working with Benny, having a filmer, working with Alexandra, having a PA, that costs money, and it is an investment kind of in yourself to be able to use what you're good at, use the time for that, and not try to do everything yourself. And then of course douchebags like that's where I invest most of my energy and time.
I think we go through all the questions.
Yeah, the thing is we got like 400 good questions, so my idea is that we're going to keep these ones here, and then we're going to do another Q&A at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So that because there's so many good questions, and I think it's really interesting to answer to them. So we'll do a bonus one tomorrow at 4 p.m. So check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. It was good for us since I've been a nurse. I'm going to get back to nursing Yanni. But now with the new year being a new year, we're going to make sure that the ending is correct in every single language. So since we're in Monaco, we're going to end in French. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Ça, c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. N'oubliez pas, regardez demain à 4 heures, on a les autres questions.
Parfait.
Parfait. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Got it. I'm so French.